Let's be honest, self-development sounds cringe. Cold showers, journals, morning routines. Let's wake up at 5 a.m. and conquer the world. It sounds like people who read one book and think they're enlightened, but I think self-development only seems cringe when life is easy. I think when you go through real adversity, it becomes necessary. What's up YouTube, it's Ben, and this video is about how self-development is cringe until you need it. I'll talk about how it's been useful to me over the past few years and how it can be useful to you. When everything gets taken away from you, when your identity collapses, it stops being cringe. It becomes survival. And my journey started in February 2022. Before a car accident in February 2022, I was grinding. I was working with a football team during the day as part of my university placement, and I was doing pizza deliveries at night time, 8 a.m. to midnight, 6 nights a week, because I wanted to change my life. I thought more work equals more progress. But mentally I wasn't great. Lonely, tired, burnt out, barely seeing people. On my own and in survival mode. I had about 7 or 8 months of this, and then one night, exhausted, I pulled out in front of another car and 2 weeks of my life are missing. So coming to my senses in hospital 2 weeks later, I was very confused on what had happened. I felt like I hadn't been in this world and I didn't understand what a brain injury would entail. I've been into the gym from the age of about 15. I was doing a sports science degree at university, so I knew about exercise, I knew about the body, but I didn't know anything about the brain. So when I came to my senses in hospital, I didn't realise I couldn't walk at that point. So when I tried to get up out of the bed and I couldn't, I realised I had two options: feel sorry for myself or undertake a lifelong project. That project was the rebuild, and to rebuild properly, I thought I really had to start from zero, and that was the fundamentals, self-development. It stopped becoming an idea and it started to become a necessity. There's a bit of a misconception with self-development, and I understand it. It can seem a bit elitist and like you're trying to become perfect, but really it's just about becoming more capable as a person, being able to deal with setbacks and more efficient in daily life. I think self-development helps you in so many areas in life. Your physical and mental resilience to stress and hard times, emotional regulation, which I've learned to be so important in the achievement of bigger goals, and it's crucial in your discipline and structure, because when you can't rely on motivation, you have to rely on your routine. Workout, healthy food, sleep, all the non-negotiables. This was so important to me because my recovery depended on it. In this recovery, I've learned that your brain is the most important muscle, and I had to train mine from scratch. Self-development and rebuilding my life has involved 5 main pillars. Exercise has continued to be of benefit to me for physical reasons, but exercise has been the best drug for my mental and physical health in recovery. It was most advantageous physically in the early days, but as I'm coming through recovery, I'm seeing how exercise is really changing my whole mental environment completely. Confidence, identity, and cognitive function. Another pillar is nutrition. I was unaware of just how much your diet affects your brain, recovery, hormones, your brain function, and your mood. You can't operate or think clearly on a bad diet. Self-development forces you to respect your biology. The third, and probably the pillar that I've been most interested in since my recovery started, is mindset. I think every single change that you want to make starts in your mind, and change only occurs when your mindset changes to match the frequency needed for that change. A big mindset shift for me in this recovery has been about taking control and not saying, why did this happen to me? And more, what can I do to fix this? A lot of this recovery has been about reframing things in my mind to give myself more power and control to fix my situation. This helps extract meaning from the things you're doing, which is going to contribute to the story that's ongoing in your head, which is crucial to getting to where you want to go. The next pillar has been a huge focus of mine in the past couple of years, and that is your environment. By environment, I mean every single one of your brain's inputs, which I've learned has a big influence on your identity, action, and behavior. Before rebuilding and this recovery, I didn't really pay much attention to what I was doing each day. As long as I was getting the work done, getting the gym session done, that would be the job done. That's all that mattered. But now looking back, I know I made it so much harder for myself by having the wrong inputs at the time. And the thing is, this can be as simple as screen time, bad diet, drinking once a week. But the thing is, when this is consistent, it affects everything. I've learned that you can make things easier for yourself by getting into a state which makes attaining them more doable, like having good health and a good sense of community. The fifth pillar that has been crucial in my recovery and rebuild has been the process of learning. Before my accident, I didn't really feel like I had the tools to excel at life. But when your brain is injured, you realize how powerful knowledge can be. Knowledge about my situation, neurology, but also psychology, recovery, and performance. This would help accelerate and speed up this lifelong project. When life's going fine, it doesn't really feel like there's any need to take self-development too seriously. But when you have a health scare, a breakup, a failure, some financial troubles, you have to strip everything back and start from scratch, foundational. And those foundations of all of us are our habits, our mindset, and our health, our body. Self-development grows these areas and acts as an insurance in the future. It's preventative, so when crisis hits, as it inevitably will, you're not taken out by it, you adapt. Take a second and you can strategize easier. It's quite comforting because you don't need extreme action, you just need daily standards. I think when I look back, what self-development has really done for me, and I've talked about it in other videos, is it's given me a new identity. I don't mean that phrase lightly, this is deep. I'm not someone with a brain injury, I'm someone rebuilding. And that's helped me not see that setback as an ending, but it's part of the process. All the challenges that I face are tests and make me harder to break in the future. I've had everything taken away from me, so I'm not scared. I know I can rebuild. What I would say to the pre-rebuild version of me, the one that was grinding endlessly, I'd say you can slow down to speed up. That is possible. Tunnel vision is great and probably necessary to achieve goals, but it's dangerous and it can drive you into the ground. It nearly got me killed. I thought more was better and working 16-hour days was discipline, but real discipline is more intelligent and sustainable than that. I needed to realize that your mental health determines your life. To close this video, I think you can have two mindsets. You only live once, have fun and enjoy it, or you only get one shot at life, so make the most of it. Whenever I came back to my senses in hospital and realized what had happened, I had a huge sense of wanting to be here. I want to be here and experience everything. And to experience everything, I need to become the best version of myself. Self-development isn't about becoming robotic. It's about becoming free, but free through discipline. All this promotion of habits, mindset, and physical activity feels quite restrictive at first. I get that you can be sitting watching thinking, but it's a lot of work. So don't rely on motivation, have a structure and believe it's possible. Self-development has been responsible for me graduating university, building my dream physique, and changing my entire worldview. Everything happens for a reason. Self-development is the tools that you need to change your life. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Peace. Yeah.